Okay guys, so today we're going to start seated. I have got a little cushion. If you can grab a cushion or a towel folded up, just something to elevate the sit bones slightly. When you're ready and you've got that, go ahead and take a seat in the middle of your mat. I've just got my sit bones, so those are the bony little bits underneath my butt cheeks towards the edge of the cushion. I'm letting my knees drop open and I'm just using that to let my spine grow a little bit taller, my arms relax. So I'm just letting my hands fall on my lap, I'm letting my eyes close, and I'm letting my knees, my thighs just drop to the floor, towards the floor. And then just starting to breathe in and out through the nose. As you might notice today, there are a few distractions going on, a few sounds that you can hear around. And I actually want you to sort of lean into that. So we're always going to have distractions, whether it's work, family, kids, dogs barking. All I want you to start to do as you sit here and ground down through your sit bones and lengthen up through the spine. Just start to notice whatever it is that you're hearing. Maybe starting to sense whatever it is you can feel. So whether that's the sit bones in contact with the cushion, or if you're on the floor, maybe it's wherever your hands have fallen onto your lap. Maybe it's the way your feet are touching your legs. Maybe noticing if you can smell anything in the room. And if your eyes are open, noticing what you can see. For me, I always like to keep my eyes shut, focusing in on the other senses. And then just start to deepen the breath. So as we inhale through the nose, start to feel your belly expand. Hands can be on the belly if that helps. Spine lengthens, and then as we exhale, keep the spine tall and just let the belly soften, let the belly empty. So doing that again, big breath in through the nose, expanding. Grow taller through the spine, then soft exhale to release. Try to breathe out through the mouth for these next few. So inhale through the nose. Big soft sigh. Longer than your breath in. Final one, breathing in. Soft exhale out. And just gently having a little wiggle from butt cheek to butt cheek, sit bone to sit bone, letting your eyes open and just sitting up nice and tall. From there, if you can reach towards the floor with one hand, we're going to bring the left hand down. We're going to soften the left elbow and just reach the right arm up and overhead. So I want you to look up to the right elbow and just start to reach your right fingertips as far away from that right hip bone that is pressing down into that cushion. Take a breath in, rotate your chest, your rib cage upward more, and as you exhale, just gentle stretch further. Creating space in the right side of your rib cage, the right side of your body. One more inhale, exhale. Coming back to center, switching sides, right hand goes down, soften the right elbow. Left arm comes up and over. Try to rotate your chest upwards to the ceiling. Try to have that elbow above your head, and inhale. Create space through the left side body. Exhale, reach left fingertips away from left hip bone. Try to let those knees stay heavy. Try to let those sit bones stay heavy. Breath in. Breath out. Create more space in the left side. And again, final one, open the chest, inhale. Exhale, reach. Slowly coming back to center. Okay, and then just carefully lean forward for me, take some weight onto your knees and just remove that cushion from behind you. Sit down onto your bony bits of your butt cheeks and you can get rid of that cushion. And then from there, just come on to hands and knees, nice and slowly. So bringing the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Just start to have a little rock of the hips from side to side. So just letting your body move, doesn't matter what it looks like. A little bit more loose and carefree today in terms of form. We're not trying to be as rigid or precise as some other classes. Start to deepen the breath, keep it through the nose, and just let everything soften. At any time we're on our hands, feel free to come down onto the forearms or on the fists, but generally hands or forearms tends to suit people best. And then all I want you to do is just bring your toes for me to untuck. So the front of your ankles, the front of your feet are just as close to the floor as they can be. And then I want you to let your heels just wiggle side to side. So literally try to relax, looks very weird. Try to relax your butt cheeks, relax your calves, relax your hamstrings, and just keeping the front sort of edge of your toes in contact with the mat. Just let your heels flop from side to side, nice and quick, and just start to feel your muscles relax in the glutes, through the hips, letting your bum stick up to the ceiling a little bit. Just let it be passive. One more breath. Sometimes you overthink it and your body doesn't know what to do. Mine does. And then holding it still. Just give those toes a little tap. So just letting each foot tap on the floor, alternating from side to side, nice and quick. Breath in again, let the glutes, hamstrings be relaxed. Breath out one more time. And then hold it still. Okay, tuck the toes. So I want 10 toes tucked. So you've got your pinkies tucked. Use your hands if you need to help the pinkies tuck under. And then just make sure again those knees are under the hips. The hands are under the shoulders, or if you're on your forearms, elbows are under the shoulders. And I want you to start to push the weight back in your heels. So you're not even moving your hips much, but you're pushing your heels back, feeling the toes push hard, hard, hard into the floor. And you should feel a little stretch in the calves and an engagement in your core. So keep pushing your heels towards the back of the room. Take a breath in, expand the belly, and as we exhale, just keeping the knees down, start to hug the baby. So the muscles gently pull around the belly. Keep pushing those heels hard back and the toes hard down. Inhale, let the belly fall. Exhale, hug the baby. Hard push of the heels back. Okay. Inhale, belly fills, soften. So as we exhale, hug the baby. Push your heels so hard back that your knees float off the floor for 3, 2, rest the knees down. Breath in, belly softens. Keep pushing those heels back hard. Feel a stretch through the feet, and then exhale. Hug the baby, hover the knees. Look at the midline of your belly. No coning. If the midline is bulging, keep those knees down. Focus on the feet. Inhale, relax the knees. Okay, then from there, give your hips a little rock back, rock forward, and just release those toes for me. Okay, last little bit here, just holding the shoulders above the wrists. Just tuck the toes, but it's not as intense, a little bit more gentle. I want you to bring both sets of toes out wider than your mat, tap them down, and then bring the toes back behind the knees. Keep your arms straight, eyes of the elbows turning into each other, arms active. Bring each set of toes out wider than the mat, as wide as they can go, and bring them back in. Okay, do a few more toe taps, out wide, wide, wide through the feet, keeping the knees narrow, and then tap them back in. Just final 3. A little bit of internal rotation. knees open, or sorry, keep those toes open wide for me. And just start to have a little round of the spine, rock back, and just come forward. Keep the toes wide, round the spine, rock back, and just pull forward. Give me 2 more. Keeping the feet wide, knees narrow, cat shape as you push your bum towards your heels. Rock forward, final 1. Holding back. And then come back into that 4-point position. Okay, we're coming off the wrist, don't worry. So what I want you to do, let those toes have a tap. We're gonna bring our left foot up towards the left hand. And I just want you to find a comfortable position until you can come up into a little low lunge. So from that low lunge, always remember, guys, you can fold up the mat under your back knee. You can put your cushion under it, a towel under it if it's a little bit sensitive. What I want you to have with this left foot is the toes turning out about 45 degrees, not even actually, let's say about 30 degrees. And then I just want you to start to bring the hands to the hips, nice and tall through the spine. I want you to think about a slight tuck of the pelvis. So your right glute is active, the right knee is under the hip, and your spine is above the line of that right thigh. Then we're going to rock into that left knee. So bend the left knee deeper. Try to keep a bit of tension on the right glute as we lower into that lunge. And then just push back. And again, bending deeply through the left knee. Keep squeezing the right glute. And send the hips down. Coming back. Okay. And then from there, just see if we can come down on this next one. Maybe you've got the room to plant the hands on the floor, on the inside of that left foot. And just start to let your pelvis just sink towards the ground. So it's not active, you're just relaxing. You're no longer really squeezing that right butt cheek, you're just flopping into it. And then see if you can straighten the left leg, keeping the hands on the floor, walk them back, and see if you can flex your left toes off the floor towards your knee. Finding length in the back of that left hamstring, holding it back here. And then let's walk the hands forward as we bend the left knee and sink through the hips. So see if we can open the chest up towards the space in front of us. Getting a little bit of extension through the spine as we release that right hip bone to the floor and bend deeply, compressing through the left. We're going to walk the hands back, straighten the left leg a little or a lot, and draw the left toes towards the knee. Let's keep the spine straight, hinging forward rather than rounded. And let's do that one final time. Rock forward for me. Hips low, chest open, pelvis heavy, right glute relaxed. And then folding forward, hands reverse as the left leg straightens and the left toes draw back. Inhale, exhale to soften. Okay. And then from there, just bend the left knee again, bring the hands down. We're going to keep the hands down, hips low, but tuck the right toes. We're going to lift the right knee up, and I want you to push as hard as you can with that right heel to the back of the room. So I want you to create loads of tension through that right leg, through the quad, the glute, the calf. Push your right heel back. And then just breathe there. As we keep pushing that right heel back, can you let the hips sink lower? Keep the right glute engaged, right heel back, let the hips come lower, let the chest open up, feel that right leg shaking, inhale. Hold it, exhale. And then let's lower the right knee down. Lovely. Untuck the right toes And then just see if we can come into a lovely pigeon here. So with your left foot, I want you to walk it over towards your right wrist. Let your left knee drop towards your left wrist and slide the back leg away. So this is where the cushion can be quite handy to pull forward or pull towards you. That left heel of mine is quite close to my right hip. I don't have as much range as I would have a few months ago. As long as your belly is comfy enough on your leg, just let that happen. And then staying on your hands for a few moments, rock your hips side to side and try to really imagine there is a hand on the back of your right hip, your butt cheek, pushing the right hip bone down. If that gives you a lot of intensity through the left glute and the right hip, then let's stay up here. If you've got a little bit more room, let's see if we can bring maybe the forearms down on a cushion or onto the floor. Make a little cushion for your head with your arms and rest your forehead. So even if your elbows are on the floor and you've got your hands supporting your head, wherever you are, I want you to try to let everything collapse, relax, and release tension. So we're not holding, we're not gripping. So just start to bring your forehead down or your head heavy in your hands, whatever position we are in. Start to roll your right hip bone forward and closer to the floor again. And just start to find this calmness in what can be quite an uncomfortable position. Pigeon is a very powerful stretch. The biggest reason I find it, and most people find it so powerful, is that really quickly your body or your brain wants to run, wants to leave the stretch when it gets uncomfortable. And all we're trying to train ourselves to do here is prove that we can stay a lot longer than our brain thinks is possible. And you can actually let your body feel safe, relaxed, supported. And then back to how we started, keeping in this position, I want you to think about what you can hear. So eyes are shut, body is heavy. Basically try to distract yourself by thinking, what can I hear in this video? Can I hear the wind? Can I hear dogs barking? Can I hear family members? Can I hear cars on the road? Can I hear an airplane? And just start to notice that and pick that up. Getting towards the end of the pigeon, you might start to feel your left leg going a little bit numb. That is totally normal. Let it happen. Let your body weight sink into that left leg. Let the pelvis soften. And let's just take one final big breath here. Inhale through the nose, exhale, soften everything. And instead of rushing out, very slowly open your eyes. Lift your chest slightly, coming onto the hands. Let's just push the cushion forward. Staying on your hands for a second, wiggle your hips side to side. Get a little bit of blood flow into that left leg. And just very slowly coming onto all fours. We're going to press the hands down, tuck the toes, lift the knees and push into a downward dog.
If a downward dog doesn't feel comfortable, go into a child's pose instead. I want you to reach your left leg up to the ceiling if you can. Open your hip. Maybe bend the left knee. Bring your left toes towards your butt cheek. And breathe. Set the left foot down for me, nice wide through the feet, giving the bump a bit of space. Start to feel like your belly is being drawn through your thighs. Chest towards thighs, head heavy, eyes are looking in between the legs. Inhale and exhale. Start to deeply bend the right knee. Turn your chest to the left slightly. And switch. Deeply bend the left knee. The left heel comes off the floor. And twist your chest to the right. And again, lifting your right heel, bending the right knee. Turn the chest to the left. Other side, final time. Left heel lifted, left knee bent. Turn the chest. Back to center. Slowly we lower the knees down. We're going to bring our right foot up towards the outside of the right hand. And then just come up into that low lunge. Take your time to feel balanced. Pop something under your left knee if you need to. And I want you to turn your right foot and toes out about 30 degrees to the right. Literally just allowing a little bit of space for the bump. Then from there, the crown of the head is pulling up, the left glute is engaged, the tailbone is tucked, and you're just popping hands on hips, hand on thigh, whatever works. Take a breath in, squeeze the left glute, feel the left hip open before we even move, and exhale, let's bend deeply in the right knee. And sink into that lunge. So we're not collapsing yet. We've really got that tension through the left glute. The left hip is wrapping forward. And then press away, come back. Breath in. Let's squeeze and tuck the tailbone. Squeeze the left glute, sink the hips. Feel the left hip flexor stretch, open. Push hard through the right foot. Push away. One more time. We're going to hold this one down. Let's see if we can bring the hands on the inside of the right foot. Now I want you to see if you can drop the hips, soften the pelvis, soften the left glute, and just let that pelvis feel heavy. Breath in. Then we're going to see if we can straighten the right leg. Hands come back slightly. We flex our right toes towards our knee. Straight spine, folding forward. Pull the right toes off the floor. Let's lower the right foot. Bend the knee, hands forward, and let the hips sink. Open the chest up for me, so we're extending the spine slightly. Exhale, hips sink deeper. We're going to reverse the hands, straighten the right leg, flex the toes. Straight spine, hinging forward. Final time, bend the right knee, sink the hips low. Squeezing that left butt cheek or just soft. Chest open, hips heavy, right knee wide. Final hamstring stretch. Reverse the hands back, draw the right toes to the knee. Straight spine, crown of the head reaching towards beyond that mat. Now come down into that deep lunge. Hands are planted. I want you to tuck your left back toes, lift the left knee. Now you are pushing that left heel back so hard that you feel a stretch in the calf. Your left quad is engaged. Hands are heavy, arms are strong. Now lower the hips. Keep pushing that left heel back. More. Open the chest. Lower the hips. Left heel back. Keep that left leg straight. Feel it vibrate. Inhale. Keep holding for 3. Soften into it for 2. Left heel back more. 1. And lower the left knee. And tuck the toes. Lovely. Okay, wiggle your right foot towards your left wrist. We're going to lower the right knee towards the right wrist. Slide the back left leg away. And then do whatever you need to with that right foot. Bring it towards your left hip or have it parallel with the top edge of your mat in an ideal world, but never force it. The right knee should feel safe. And then maybe pulling that cushion in just so it's handy. Hands are down. Start to rock your hips gently from side to side. You can do this whole thing with your eyes shut. Just follow my voice. And then try to bring that left hip bone down towards the floor, towards your right heel. Staying up on the hands if that gives you a lot of joy through the right glute and the left hip. Or let's come on to the forearms, maybe on the floor or maybe on the cushion. If you've got a bigger bump at this stage, probably better to use a cushion so you're not pressing down on the belly. I want you to stack your forearms or stack your hands or bring your hands to make a little cup for your head, whatever is comfy, but let your head go somewhere that it is not holding tension. It's relaxed, it's heavy, it's supported. And then we just start to breathe. I want you to start to notice the sounds in the room again, the sounds in the video, wind, my very annoying dog, cars, airplanes, children, whatever it may be. Start to rock that left hip heavier again. And then remember that we're just letting the body soften. So you want to try to teach your body, teach your brain that it's safe here. Trust in your body that it's capable of much more than what your mind is telling you. Start to deepen your breath. Maybe you're noticing the sound of your own breath. Maybe you're noticing your jaw unclench, your shoulders soften as you exhale. Starting to feel that right leg go numb. Let it happen. Don't be scared. Let your body feel safe again. For our final deep breaths, make them slower. Make your exhale last longer than your inhale. These are the most important breaths. Without rushing, eyes are going to open. We're going to very slowly just start to press up through the arms. Hands are on the floor. Push that cushion out of your way. And just have a little wiggle of the hips. So as much as we're dying to run out of this pose, just have a little rock. right leg up if you can and if it feels good. Maybe bend the right knee, turn your chest to the right, open the right hip. Big inhale. Exhale. Lower the right foot down. Spread those feet nice and wide again for me. And just in that downward dog, belly pulling through thighs, chest through thighs, eyes look through thighs. Let the head fall. Let the sit bones reach up to the ceiling. Legs are straight if the hamstrings allow it. They're bent if we need to. Heels are down or lifted, whatever works. And very, very slowly, I want you to turn your toes out. Walk your feet halfway up the mat. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Toes are turned out, feet are mat width at least apart, and we lower the hips into a bottom squat. So maybe if you're very tight here and the heels are lifted, you bring your cushion and pop the heels up against the cushion and your bum rests down for a bit of support. If we are comfy, let's just keep the feet flat. Let's bring the elbows to push the knees, the thighs out, the hands together in a prayer. Start to straighten your spine. Again, I just like to close my eyes, but you can keep them open. Breathing in, feel that belly expand. Exhale, just let everything start to sink. Feel the weight spread through your feet. Maybe rocking from foot to foot, shifting knee in, knee out. And holding still in the center again, straightening the spine. Again, we've built a little bit of heat through the legs with those stretches, the holds and the pigeon. And in this squat, you'll feel the heat remain. One more breath in. Soften the pelvic floor, soften the pelvis. Soften the jaw, the shoulders, the neck. And then just very slowly, the eyes are going to open. If you've got a towel or a cushion, I want you to bring it just underneath those sit bones and just sit your bum down on the cushion. Letting your legs go wide in a straddle. If you find that cushion uncomfortable, get rid of it. But you basically are pulling the fat up, or let's say muscle, up away from the sit bones, and you feel the bony bits ground down. It just allows a straighter spine. And then I just want you to pop the arms down by your sides. I want you to start to point your toes and then flex the toes back. Once you've got those toes flexed back, hold them flexed. We're going to bring our left hand down on towards the left shin or ankle, or maybe the toes. We're going to reach our right arm up and over like we did at the start, and look up towards the ceiling. Now, I feel a little bit too much compression in the left rib cage if I reach my arm down too far. So I'm going to hold my left hand just beneath the knee. I'm going to turn to the right. Now I'm going to bend my left elbow and just stretch my right arm overhead. Breath in, breath out. Reach both arms up to the ceiling, come back to center. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms up.
lower the right hand on the right shin or thigh or foot. Left arm up and over. Bend the left elbow if that works. Turn the chest up. Then we're going to reach both arms up to the ceiling. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms up. Have a look up. And lowering those arms wide down by your side. Shoulders slide away from the ears. All I want you to do is very carefully rock off that cushion. Cross your legs, or if you can, bring your feet together and knees wide in a butterfly. And just maybe pop the hands under the feet if they're in the butterfly, opening your feet out a little bit like your feet are a book that is opening. And pull your chest so it's straight, spine straight, shoulders down, jaw soft, knees towards the floor. Maybe noticing that compared to the very start of class, the knees can come lower in this more challenging position. Breathing in. Exhale, release. Breathe in, straighten the spine. Exhale, soften. One more time, big full breath in. Exhale. And just very slowly rock your head from right to left. Draw circles through your head, chin to chest, head rolling back, eyes up, reverse circle. And once you're back in center, let the arms just fall, the shoulders roll up, back and down. Reverse the shoulders, back, up and down. Gently eyes open, body starts to move a little, and very, very well done. Even though it's more mobility and stretch focused, it does not make it easy, and it's super, super beneficial throughout all of pregnancy, and especially focusing on this stuff in that final trimester is super important.